what really stuck out to me in the city was when we went to an orphanage called CRM Orphanage in the inner city of Monrovia, which is the capital of Liberia. We met this little boy about 6 years ago when I first went. His name was Sunday, spelled Sunday Guy. He's an orphan, and he's missing half of his leg, and he was just the cutest little boy. But yet, the first time I met him about 6 years ago, he didn't even smile. But for some reason, God really put him on my heart, and it was just so hard to forget about him. So this time, when we went back to CRM about a month ago, I had it on my mind, and his name was on my heart. And when we pulled in, that was the boy I was looking for. Well, God had incredible plans, because I saw that young man, and I said his name, and he whipped his head around like, who is this? Who knows my name? And he just cracked the biggest smile I had seen the entire trip. And it really warmed my heart to be able to make an impact in a child's life, in an orphan's life, just by simply remembering his name.
The highlight of my trip would be meeting everyday, regular people who are committed to being disciples of Christ. I met a lady who runs a home for the disabled children. Disabilities in Liberia are not limited to autism, Down syndrome, and the like, of which we see in the States. We saw children with burns from top of their body to the bottom, third-degree burns, and there wasn't any money for medicine. We saw a girl with acid burns. The little Liberian woman takes care of these children despite major obstacles, such as money and the lack of transportation. She has managed to send several children throughout the years to Ghana and the United States for added help. They have answered the call to take care of the least of these, despite the conditions that they live in.
All that I could think about this whole time was just the honor that was given to us. We were their guests for sure this time, and we've always been in the past, but there was something special about this trip that they just wanted to honor us and bless us, and that wasn't the goal for us by any means. We came to serve them, but they completely blew us away and served us. Everywhere we went, it was almost like a program was developed for us that they had presentations for us. And one place that we went to was Candlelight, and it's an elementary through middle school. And each class presented something to us, whether it be a poem or a song or a dance. And then they presented us with flip-flops at the end that were very pretty. But it was just such a remarkable experience to be there thinking that we're there to serve them, but they completely just served us.
Having all these girls surrounding me and talking to me, I had, in the heat, I was leaning over and painting a girl's hand, her nails, and I felt something on my leg, and I looked over, and the first girl, her name was Nellie, that had asked me originally to start her nails, I guess at some point had found cotton balls and nail polish remover. And when I looked down, I noticed that she had seen that I had dripped nail polish on my knees, and she was wiping and cleaning my feet and my legs where the nail polish had dripped. And when I looked down at her, I was just smiling, and I didn't really understand why she valued me so much to feel the need to clean me right then and there. And then she grabbed my hands and proceeded to clean my hands. And just in that moment, I just felt so humbled that this girl that I had just met, that had been through so much, felt like just for my simple kindness, that she valued me to clean my hands and feet. So that was just an amazing moment.
You know, we walk in and it's a woman's home that she's converted into this refuge place for these kids with disabilities, such as cerebral palsy, debilitating tumors, Down syndrome, a lot of different things. And her volunteers were so thoughtfully caring for these children. You know, when you walk into a place like that, a lot of times you look around the room and you say, what can I do? And yes, we were able to, you know, see the sick kids and provide medication and, you know, malaria medicine and worm medicine. But, you know, when we left there, all I could think, and the image that I had in my head was, you know, looking around the room and seeing the smiles on their faces. You know, the joy that they had wasn't from, you know, their abilities or the toys that they had or their friends, but really it was the joy that had been given to them from these ladies who were taking care of them and just loving on them every day. And it was the joy that God had given them. You know, it was the smile that God had provided for them.
We did an eyeglass clinic at Lot Carey for the teachers and staff there. And the highlight of that would have been this one gentleman that I helped with his reading glasses. And we had our card or a chart for him to read so that we knew when he got the right prescription. That was our evaluation. But his evaluation was, he said, "Can you please wait a minute?" And he went to his backpack and got his small testament. And he opened it up and he could read the Bible. And that was his test, his verification, that those were the right glasses for him.